Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are continuing with the sixth section of my civic engagement curriculum on mobilization by talking about the 14th topic on effective advocacy. Advocacy is a powerful thing we do as citizens. It is more than just speaking up, but also persuading decision makers, building alliances, and mobilizing support to bring solutions to life. Now, I want to begin by saying that my advocacy journey did not start in politics, but it started when I had to speak up for myself in general. In high school, I was advocating for my future. I signed up for college tours, applied for fee waivers for the SAT, asked for recommendation letters for college and scholarship applications, and sought academic support when I needed it. Each action sent a signal that I was serious about my education. And because I showed that seriousness, my teachers and counselors wanted to help me succeed. In college, I joined the mock trial team where I had to use trial advocacy skills to argue for or against the defendant, depending on which side I was as an attorney. That helped me build up my skills in using arguments, evidence, and persuasion to influence people. After I graduated from college, I applied my advocacy skills in political campaigns and grassroots work by talking with lawmakers and community leaders to emphasize the need to address specific issues affecting my community and how we can work together to enact solutions. As you can tell, advocacy can apply anywhere and anytime in your life when you recognize a need in your community and you want to convince people to be on board with your ideas. With this in mind, let's define advocacy. Advocacy is where you persuade people, usually decision makers, to support your ideas and solutions. It is not just identifying problems, but also proposing answers to them. It is not about hostility, but rather building trust and collaboration with people. And it is not just for yourself, but instead for your community, peers, and broader society. The goal is to educate, communicate, and mobilize in ways that people can act on. Keep in mind that advocacy comes with challenges. There could be resistance from counter advocates who may push harmful or opposing ideas. There can be misinformation where others may incorrectly frame an issue. There is also a political risk where if your ideas do not work or are not perceived well by the general public, it can negatively affect your credibility. Still, by being thoughtful, prepared, and consistent, you can effectively navigate these challenges. To be an effective advocate, you need a core set of skills. First, you need to clearly communicate your ideas by breaking them down so that they are easy to understand. Second, you need credibility, where you have earned people's trust by being consistent, honest, and reliable. Third, you need to build relationships by connecting with grassroots leaders, decision makers, and community members. Fourth, you need to be respectful by being professional so people will take you seriously even if you face disagreements. These are not one-time skills. They are habits you need to build over time. Let's go deeper into each of these skills, starting with having strong communication strategies. 1, you need to convey your ideas by using simple and persuasive elevator pitches. Reinforce your points with good redundancy and adapt your message to your audience's learning style. 2, you need to frame your information that defines the problem in a way that aligns with your proposed solution and define the narrative and not let others define it for you. 3, you can tell stories, since a personal story about how an issue impacts real people can serve as a powerful imagery. 4th, you need to use persuasion by providing credible evidence, appropriately use a sense of urgency without exaggeration, and structure your arguments that explains the problem, solution, benefits, and risks of inaction. 5, you need to make your ideas matter to the decision makers by aligning your ideas with their goals, culture, and values. 6, you need to make your ideas memorable by using imagery, emotion, and authenticity. 7, you need to exert confidence by being assertive without being aggressive. Use language that is inclusive, such as we and our, and match your tone and body language with your message. Let's proceed to talking about your reputation and personal brand. They are based on how people perceive you, and in advocacy, perception is everything. Here is what makes up a strong reputation and brand. First is your competency. This shows you are prepared, get work done on time, align your ideas with your broader goals, show curiosity in learning, participate in community events, and care about your appearance. Second is your trustworthiness. This shows you are honest, even in hard situations. Stay consistent with your principles, show care for others, and admit when you make a mistake. Third is your determination and persistence. This is where you think before you act, stay calm through setbacks, and keep pushing forward with focus. Together, your reputation and brand shape how people see you and how they expect you to handle situations. In advocacy, that perception can make or break whether people take your ideas seriously. In addition to this, your social capital or network is a key driver of effective advocacy. It is one thing to know people, but it is another for people to know you. Here is how to strengthen your social impact. First is to stay visible. You can join community meetings or activities, or volunteer for roles that bring you close to decision makers. Second is to stay in touch. You can follow up after meeting people by sending updates about your work, which helps keep the communication alive. Third is to keep extending your outreach. You can meet more people through volunteering, jobs, or simple introductions. You should avoid people with bad reputations who could damage your brand. Fourth is to be a connector. You can introduce people in your network to each other, which makes you a valuable bridge. Fifth is to engage with decision makers. You can show up to where they are, talk to them, and make sure they know you and your interests. Sixth is to track your contacts. You can write down people's names, numbers, and details so you can effectively follow up with them. Seventh is to go where networking happens. Any space where people are together is an opportunity to keep putting yourself out there. Networking sets the foundation, but alliances take advocacy further. There are sponsors who advocate for you even when you are not in the room. There are gatekeepers such as assistants or secretaries who influence what decision makers focus on. There are also opinion leaders who are respected voices in the community whose support can persuade others. When you are building alliances, you need to make your ideas inclusive by creating a sense of we. Balance viewpoints, but stay focused on the main goal. Give people a sense of control over whether to support you. Show how your ideas are impactful and aligned with your community's needs. And be well liked and respected, since people will not support someone they do not trust or respect. Now, let's talk about decision makers. You need to start by recognizing the different types of decision makers. There are cynics who strongly oppose you, so do not waste your energy arguing with them. There are naive followers who support you but lack knowledge about your ideas, so educate them. There are cheerleaders who fully support you, so nurture their enthusiasm. There are adversaries who understand your ideas but disagree with them, so seek common ground. And there are skeptics who need more clarity about your ideas, so provide more details and examples to clarify them. Next, you need to consider their level of involvement. Highly involved decision makers need data and logic to support your ideas, while uninvolved decision makers may need explanations on how your ideas are relevant to them. Lastly, you must always anticipate resistance. Decision makers might be afraid of losing some or all of their power, worry about the negative outcomes of your ideas, concerned if there are enough resources to enact your ideas, or tired of too many recent changes happening. To respond, anticipate any objections, practice answering them under pressure, have contingency plans and compromises ready, address how your ideas can realistically be implemented, and explain the cost of not executing your ideas. My trial taught me this firsthand, that every question I asked could be objected to, so I had to anticipate and prepare responses. Advocacy works the same way. Another thing about decision makers is to make sure you pay attention to the timing of proposing your ideas, which can affect the chances of them accepting your ideas. Decision makers are usually more open to new ideas when there is a strong public demand, a crisis creates urgency for change, a new budget cycle occurs, new leadership who is open to fresh ideas, and the financial or organizational conditions make change possible. Proposing your ideas to decision makers at the right moment increases your chances of success. Finally, let's talk about how your meeting with the decision makers should go. Here's what you need to do. First, prepare for the meeting by setting clear objectives, agendas, and handouts. Second, choose the best meeting format by figuring out if you all want to meet in person, by phone, or virtually. Third, be on time to the meeting, or better yet, come early to the meeting. Fourth, if you're meeting in groups, sit strategically, facilitate the discussion, take notes, speak first and last, and manage the flow of the conversation. Fifth, after the meeting, send follow-ups to everyone involved in the meeting, assign action items, and keep the communication with the decision maker going so you stay persistent. Advocacy is not about having one meeting and that is it. It is an ongoing relationship. Effective advocacy combines communication, reputation, networks, alliances, timing, and persistence. It is not just about what you say, but also about how you are perceived, who supports you, and when you take action. And remember, advocacy is not just for leaders with titles. It is for anyone willing to speak up, build trust, and push for positive change. In the next video, we will continue with the 6th section by exploring the 15th topic about grassroots organizing. Until then, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on the post notifications so you will be notified of when I post my next video. I appreciate your support. Remember, you are powerful, you are capable, and you are the change maker our society needs. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you soon.